Okay, so tonight is going to be super special. We're doing this 10-10-10 a little bit differently because I'm going to have someone being Diamond Ambassador Sara Marble, share her testimony about the compounding effects of doing the reset more than once. And she's also going to share about the mindset behind the reset, even from the perspective of what's your mindset sharing it and what's your mindset doing it. So it's perfect timing for me because I just started my third official reset today. And it just is amazing to me. If you haven't watched Jessica Hugendorn's video about why this is so important, I just put it in my stories. You guys go watch the video. I even put the YouTube link. But what if the reset, and what if by me, what I mean by that is it is, but what if the reset is the perfect tool for you to relaunch your business, to get people engaged, to start creating results, and to start moving your business forward? I'm really excited because my new friend Lisa is on, and she is going to share with you what the reset has done for her business. In June, Lisa, will you unmute really quick so I make sure I say this all correctly? In June, you had 700 points. That's how you ended, right?
769. The month before was 589.
Okay, so May 589, June 764, and what did you end July with?
1512.
Okay, so if you know Plexus, you know that means that she is going to be on the beach with coconut and pineapples and lots of amazingness with Plexus with the Emerald Extravaganza, which is huge. So I asked Lisa, hey, would you hop on? I asked her literally a couple of hours ago. So you're amazing. Will you come up and share what is it you're doing and how is the reset kind of playing a role in this? So I'm going to mute and let you share what you shared with us this morning.
Great. Okay. Yeah. So I started I went to convention like everybody else or watched it virtually. I was there and I saw the reset and I thought, oh my God, this is it. This is gold. This is what we have to do now. We have to start sharing this right away. And so I woke up July 1st. I did the reset and I lost 8.6 pounds. This is not public, right? So I lost 8.6 pounds and I was like blown away at my results. And I said, I think I can run with this. So July 1st, I woke up and I figured out how many points I needed every single day, how many people I needed to add every single day. And I started getting into what I call raising the dead, which was going back to everybody I ever talked to about Plexus, anybody that I'd ever sold Plexus to before, anybody on our team that had come and gone. I went into my old genealogy. I sorted it. I figured out who I was still friends with, who blocked me, who did it, who was, still, there and listening. And I started messaging hard. I started messaging. I posted about it. I posted my success. People were blown away, were reaching out to me about the success of the reset and how it was affecting my life positively, how I went, from feeling bloated and miserable to losing 20 pounds in less than a month, and just feeling like I had my life back. So I was showing up in my stories about it and in my posts, and people knew that I was on a mission. So first, I started every single day with prayer because I believe in the power of prayer to push me forward. And when I had the doubt that crept into my mind, which it did every single day, every day I woke up and I was like, okay, you can't do this. And then I would pray and I would say, yes, you can. You can do this. You can absolutely do this. Anybody can do this. If I can, you can. I had 400 points a few months ago. I ranked up Senior Ruby fast, but I held at like 500-600 points for the last 2 years. And then I went down to 400 points and I was like at my lowest low. That was a few months ago. You guys, you can do this. You can totally do this. Start day one with, okay, how many points do you need to get to Emerald? You need 1,500 points. I divided that by 5. That was my average, right? So I knew I was going to add a lot of people, but I knew that some of my people would add people. So some points would be 4, 3, 2, but I averaged it around 5 and it worked for me. Some people do 4.5. So I took the 1,500 points and I divided it by however many points by 5. So then I would figure out that's how many orders I needed. I needed 278 and something orders left when I figured this out. And then I said, okay, how many days in the month do I have? I have 27 days left in this month. So divided it by 27 and I had 11 or 12 orders a day at the beginning of the month. So I started really, really hard at the beginning of the month with reaching out and sharing. Some days I met the goal and some days I didn't. I just kept going the next day, the next day, the next day, the next day. I didn't look at subs because I feel like people are too unpredictable with their subs. They might turn them off. They might push them forward. They might cancel altogether. And I didn't want to depend on 200 points coming from subs or 300 points coming from subs if there weren't going to be there. So I ignored that. And when I got them, I was happy because I was at the end and I was going, oh my gosh, I have to do 15 or 16 orders a day. And then the subs hit. And then I was helped out a little bit. And I just didn't give up. I think that was the thing that really kind of pushed me forward is I never, ever gave up. I had my sideline sisters. I had, and this is the thing, you don't do laundry, you don't clean the house. If you have a push month, you have to let everything else go, because if you're going to push like doubling your business push, you can't do all of the other things, and you have to be okay with that. You have to say, I can let everything go, or get support from your family, or plan ahead. But if you could push and you can do it, I know Valeria's doing it this month. I know Jill's doing it this month. I'm just right there. You can do it. I promise you, you can do it.
When I heard your story and I heard what you were doing, you said raising the dead. And some of the times you hear people say, you can't go back and raise the dead. We've said that. But I think what's neat is this reset comes along and it's a brand new conversation. So tell me what is it you're saying to people when you message them? I'm sure they're going to ask a script or something, but just tell us what you're saying.
Well, first of all, I use boards. I think everybody needs to have a system to quickly message people. And boards is my system now, and if you don't know what that is, you got to go look it up. There's lots of chats going around for sharing boards with each other. But the boards app allowed me to simply push a button on the script that I wanted to send over and over and over and over and over again. That's how I got to 200 messages in some days, because I wouldn't have been able to type all that or even copy and paste it or even go to my notes and find it. It's right there for you. So boards is what I use to really get in there and start messaging. I said to people, hey, it's been a long time. Sometimes I would say, hey, it's been a long time. How are you doing? I'm doing great. I wanted to tell you about this new reset. It's a 3-day metabolism, nutritionally supported fast that boosts your metabolism, all the words, right? So I said everything that everybody else is saying. I just said it super quick. I didn't send this long, drawn out message that I knew they wouldn't read. It was literally a few sentences long. I sent my picture with my before and after, my results. And before I even had that, I was sending everybody else's pictures and results before I had my own. And then I would, if they said anything to me, I would respond and go on from there. Here's a video. I made a video. Here's all the products in the pack. This is how you take them. I did that. I created a group for just reset sales, because we have groups here, we have groups there, but just the reset. And that was Cassandra said, do that. Because I don't know if she's on here, but she said, do that. And I created that for just reset sales, and I dumped people in there. I had all my friends come and do their testimonies in that group. They just were so willing to share. And then everybody now, if they're still not sure, I put them in the group. Go read about go tag them in a video, the same old add tag message. Add tag message, it works. But it was just reset. I focused only on reset this month. I sold very few regular packs, and only time I sold a regular pack was when somebody said, I want to get started, but I can't afford the reset and the pack. Can you start me on something else? And I did, because they have the 10% off, and I would give them, sometimes I would give them a code, $20 code, just to get them going, then get them sharing. We added 136 people on our team last month, and I added 72 level ones. Most of those people I already knew. Most of those people I already knew. And I literally cried every time somebody ordered from me because, they had given up on me. They had given up on Plexus. They'd given up on themselves. But every time they ordered, especially that last week, I'd get tears. I'm like, oh, I'm just so grateful that they're trusting me to help them again. Like, I got a second chance. Here's your second chance. Reset's your second chance. It's cold. Do it. Focus on one thing. Don't try to say, okay, I can do gut health. I can do this. I can do that. You can get them into that after you get them losing weight and feeling good. Then you can start them on triplex and the weight loss and the vital biome and all the other things that they need.
Lisa, what I think is really special is you had the perfect marriage between a passion for the reset. You had great results. You were excited about it, and you created a system. So I'm sure Genevieve would be like cheering and like putting you on a pedestal because she loves a system, but it's just the heart and the mind together. I absolutely love it. Can I ask you real quick? Janina asked, can you share your boards with your team?
Yes.
Okay. So you guys check that out. And then let me ask you this, Lisa, are you planning to do the reset every month like a lot of us are?
So I decided to do 5-2. Every other week I do, or every week I do 2 days of fasting with the box because it's nutritionally balanced. I don't have to think about it. And the rest of the time I eat low fat, low carb. And sometimes I might have something to drink or eat that I'm not, normally do on a diet. And I still maintain and lose. And I'm feeling really good.
I love that. That's a really smart idea. Is that what Joanna's doing? I think I saw.
Brooke Hemingway mentioned it too. She had mentioned the 5-2 method, and I was like, are you going to use the box? And she said, yes. And I said, well, why? She said, why not? And I'm like, yeah, I don't have to think about it anymore. And so I have weight to lose. I've been trying so hard to lose weight for 2 years now. And I had COVID in January. I had the big C, and I gained weight. I wasn't eating, but I gained weight during COVID. I feel like it affected my metabolism. So I often share that with people, like, I'm going through menopause. I have no metabolism, and this worked for me, and maybe it'll work for you too.
Well, it definitely is working for you. I'm so excited for all your results, and thanks for sharing that. And I think all of us just go ahead and take heart that this reset box is going to be, the momentum hasn't even begun to reach the peak that it will reach. The more we're sharing the hashtag orange box, the greater your businesses will grow. Lisa, again, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Of course. Let's hop into a conversation about the mindset with the using the reset, and also about compounding effects of doing the reset more than once. So I'm just going to pass it over to you, Sara, and let you take it away. Thanks again.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay. So I'm going to have to contain myself, and you're going to have to cut me off because I'm so, I'm so excited for so many reasons, and I could talk for an hour, but I promise you guys I'm not going to. But congratulations, Lisa. I think you really expressed what a lot of us are feeling is ready, set, go. If today is your beginning, you can go now. If today is your restart, you can go now. If you haven't hit goals, now is your time. If you need to re-hit old goals, now is your time. This reset is giving everybody the opportunity to reevaluate where you are, where you've been, and where you want to go. I'm telling you, it is the gift in the orange box that will keep giving. Now, momentum is happening. The question is, will you be a part of it? So I want to take you guys back. For those of you that don't know, I have been a part of Plexus for 11 years now. I have been faithfully taking the products. Absolutely love the products. The triplex changed my life. I struggled with, IBS and all the things, tummy issues, migraines, the whole 9 yards. I have never not taken my Plexus products. And as we launched new ones, I took them. I was part of the Joyome launch, love the skincare, you name it, I'm taking it. But here's what I need you guys to hear. Mindset is everything. We can sit here and Lisa can give you all of the tips on boards and follow up and signing 72 level ones. If your mindset is not where it needs to be, you will not have the results that you want. And I am a walking billboard for that. You name it, and we could talk for an hour about different avenues. But here's what I want to share with you. I had always faithfully taken my products. And in February of this year, I found myself at my heaviest weight ever in the last 10 years. I did that to myself, and my mindset was crap. So I'm going to rewind and give you guys this little behind the sneak peek about why mindset is so important, specific to the reset. In December of 2021, I was a secret double-blind reset tester. I knew it was coming. I was sampling flavors in December. And then after that reset did not go well for me, and I'll explain why. But after that reset, I went on to then gain even more weight. So the middle of February, I was at my absolute heaviest. I had started making this slippery slope of decisions of justifying why I could have sweets, why candy made me feel better, why this, why that. My oldest was getting ready to go to college. It was his senior year. Like all of these things, I justified myself into a hot mess. And it all started with garbage and trash in my brain. Well, guess what? One day I woke up and I couldn't fit in an extra size bigger jeans that I had purchased. And it was a wake up call. We were taking pictures for senior basketball, and I looked at those pictures and thought to myself, I don't even know who that person is. How did I get here? And I had to start answering some really hard questions. So here's what I want to share with you. How did I get there? Okay, for those of you that don't know, the slight edge is what, for this year, the slight edge has really been what has got my mindset back on track. You name it, pick it. Atomic Habits, Compound Effect, what to say when you're talking to yourself. Like I could give you any book that you need to read 10 pages a day of, but I want you to listen to this. The right choices and the wrong choices you make at the moments will have little or no noticeable impact on how your day goes for you, nor tomorrow, nor the next day. There's no applause, no cheers, no screams, no life and death results played out on the big screen. But it is exactly those undramatic, seemingly insignificant actions that when compounded over time will dramatically affect how your life turns out. The slight edge is relentless. It cuts both ways. Simple daily disciplines or simple errors in judgment repeated consistently over time will make or break you. I want you guys to hear me. I was showing up at school for setting up the concession stand. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to have some Sour Patch Kids. They make me feel good. I love the sweet and sour and all that. And one day turned into 2 days. Each day eating a few Sour Patch Kids wasn't earth shattering. That's not what happened. But guess what happened? I started fueling those cravings and feeding that candida yeast. And one little decision at a time, I created this monster. I started gaining weight, and I really had to say, okay, hold up. So December, I was a tester. February, I had this aha moment of get yourself together. And I really started asking myself, what do you want? And what are you willing to do to get there? And those are 2 questions that you have to answer, because right now, if you say, I want emerald, but I am not willing to message 10, 20, 30, 50 people a day about this reset, then something's got to give. I've got it live on my page about it, but you have to know, what do you want and what are you willing to do? What I wanted was to feel confident at my son's graduation that I was standing next to him, knowing that I was a healthy, happy mom ready for this next season of life. What I saw on the basketball court for senior night, I was absolutely mortified. And so I had to get it together. So I stopped the candy, I stopped the sugar, I stopped the nachos with jalapenos, all of those little baby steps that put me on the failure curve. I had to make those choices every day, showing up, saying, what do I want and what am I willing to do to get it? What am I willing to do is say no, thank you. And I started packing my cucumbers. I started making those decisions. And I have a post I'll share with you guys. I can give it to Jennifer or whatever, that talks about all of the things that I started doing in February, March, and April, which set me up for the reset then. Diamonds got to be testers May 1st. That second experience with the reset went much better for me because mentally I was ready. So I want you guys to hear me. You guys are going to have people who start this reset who are coming from a place where I was, where they don't like where they are health-wise. Maybe they're struggling with something personally. Maybe they have more than 50 pounds to lose, whatever the case might be. They are bringing that to this reset. And I want you to hear me. This orange box is not one and done. This orange box is going to set you up for success on your first step, but it is then going to continue bridging the gap month after month, quarter after quarter. And every time you reset, there will be a compounding effect, not just physically, not just with weight loss, with mindset too. So here, I want you to hear me. The first time we did the reset, and I'm just going to like be completely honest and vulnerable and transparent, because I can go back and show you now. I hated all the products. I was so mad they were changing lean. I was just like, I literally went and angry purchased 20 bags of the regular lean because I didn't want it to change. I was like, I can't believe this. They're changing the formula. I was so upset. The first bite of the Smart Snack, I couldn't even chew it. I was like, what is this company even like? Where are we? I'm telling you guys, in this December, like I was on this focus group and people did not like what I had to say. So I'm just admitting that to you. Round one, I was like, I have no clue. And so that's why I got, discouraged and went on to go gain a whole bunch of extra weight. Okay, listen. Round two, May 1st. You guys remember, I got all the way back up to the highest weight I had ever been in the last 10 years. Round two, everything was palatable. I liked the bone broth. The Smart Snack was great, especially in the refrigerator. I was like, okay, I can do this. The lean tasted like dark chocolate. I literally called one of the corporate people and I was like, thank you so much for listening to my complaints. I'm so glad you changed the lean. They didn't change the lean for me. It was just me. It was my body. But here's what I want you guys to hear. I was extremely bloated. I had some GI disturbances because I had new Candida die-off. I had the new adjustment with my microbiome because I had trashed my body December, January, February with all of the poor food choices that I did to myself. Okay. So if you guys have people on the reset and their first experience is not positive, I want you to hear me. Round two, I was bloated and miserable, but the next morning, after each afternoon that I was bloated and miserable, I woke up with a flat tummy and feeling great. And my results were insane, like more, not compliant, almost 7 pounds, like really, really good. 7 pounds and 6 inches or something like that for round two. And I was so hopeful that I finally had something that was going to work. So then June 6th, we got to reset right before convention to get ready for launch. And I was like, y'all, this is it. I flew through it. I wasn't hungry. I'm going out to dinner with friends, sipping my little tomato soup in my cup that they had no clue what was in my cup. Like I was in control. I was in charge. I was losing weight. I was motivated. Round 3 for me was like the heavens opened up. By round 4, I want you guys to picture me with my mug of Restore as a warm tea, cucumbers on my eyes, sitting in my bathtub, thinking that I was on cloud 9, because I really am telling you, by round 4, I was like, this is genius. This will change our lives. This is what we have been waiting for. So now I want you guys to hear me. There are still the daily choices. Every reset, day 4, you wake up and you get to decide, what am I going to eat? Am I going to listen to my body? I just shrunk my stomach. I just gave my system a rest. Am I going to take this opportunity to allow the reset to work for me and move forward with my next healthy decision? And now the last 3 times I've reset, I wake up, I drink my hydrate, I make my shake, and then I have my balanced whatever, rotisserie chicken on a green salad, whatever the case might be. Sometimes I'm drinking shakes for 2 meals. I'm just feeling so good. Really long story short, I am now 32 pounds lighter than I was on February 20th. If you were on the Power Hour this morning, Jennifer, maybe we can share the link for the Power Hour this morning. I had my goal for my black pantsuit in a certain size. I am my goal weight, but it comes with the work. every single day. It comes with, let me read one more thing to you. Quantum leaps do happen, but only as the end result of a lengthy, gradual buildup of consistently applied effort. This is 10 push-ups every day, 10 squats every day, moving my body more, drinking my water, saying no thank you to overeating, all of those things. No success is immediate and no collapse is sudden. I did not wake up on that basketball court needing a size 14 jeans and be like, oh my gosh, this happened overnight. It did not happen overnight. It was daily choices on the failure curve of me making really bad decisions. The result of the slight edge is accruing momentum over time. Hoping for the big break, the breakthrough, the magic bullet is not only futile, it's dangerous because it keeps you from taking the actions you need to create the results you want. So, what do you want? What are you willing to do to get there? The next thing, and I'm kind of, Jennifer, I know I'm kind of merging the compound effect with the mindset piece. Here's what I need you guys to hear me. How are you programming your brain? What are you allowing to not only feed and fuel your body? What is feeding and fueling your mind? What are you listening to? What are you reading? Who are you associating with? I cannot stress this enough that it takes those not glamorous, not anything really seemingly significant daily decisions that are going to produce the massive results when you say, I'm going to hang out less with this person that drains my energy, and I'm going to put myself with this person. I am going to get myself a walking buddy. I had to admit where I was, and I had to tell. I told 2 people, I cannot believe this is what the scale says. I cannot believe this is what I've done to myself. Please hold me accountable. I started using my Fitness Pal and logging everything that went into my mouth, and that was it. You can't, that it doesn't lie. It's right there for you. So I knew what I needed to do to surround myself. I was listening to trainings and podcasts and just programming my brain to help me to stay on the curve of success rather than failure. And now, can I tell you, when I show up to a party, we just went to a party on Saturday and everybody said, Sarah, you look great. What are you doing? I smiled and said, thank you. It's a lot of hard work. And then I said, no, thank you to 2 counters full of brownies and cookies. And that's another thing that I'm learning. When I eat really horrible food choices and I feel miserable, I'm like, why am I doing this? That 5-second temporary, benefit of the joy of eating something and then the hours of feeling miserable. Now with this reset, my system knows and understands what feels good and what's fueling my body to burn fat and work effectively for me. I went out and bought that 000 oikos yogurt and put some scoops of lean in it and swirled it around. I thought I had died and gone to heaven this morning. Why is nobody talking about 000 oikos Greek yogurt and putting your lean in it? Who am I? Now, do I want to go have some coffee ice cream on occasion? Absolutely. But this reset literally has changed my thought and perspective on how I eat and fuel my body, coming from somebody who uses food as a drug, who uses food to feel happy, to feel miserable, to be emotionally high, to be emotionally low, all of the things. This reset truly has reset my metabolism, reset my mindset, reset how I view food and fuel my body. And my body is like, thank you for the protein. Thank you for the liquids. Thank you for resting the system. Thank you for portion control, all of those things. So here's what I want to close with. The reset needs to be step 1 in getting somebody ready for their products. Okay. Then we're going to get them on their products. Weight loss basic, triplex, you pick, it doesn't matter. Get them on 3 to 5 of our Plexus products. And then when you need a jump start, a reboot, next level, a break, a plateau, it's time to reset again. I absolutely am doing resets monthly through Hawaii, and we'll probably do them through the new year. because I've never felt better in my entire life. And I'm 45, I'm going to be 46. I'll keep doing them. But I think this is something really important as far as the training piece of knowing and understanding that this is not a one and done, 3 days and you're out of here. This is not Lisa signing up 72 new level ones and then next month them all disappearing. This is her connecting with them, building a relationship with them, and knowing that she has just invited them on step one of their journey to better health and happiness. Now, worst case scenario, maybe they'll reset quarterly with you and that's all they'll buy. Fine. Best case scenario, they're doing a reset monthly in between triplex, weight loss, advanced, whatever other products. Even if you only get them doing the slim, lean, hydrate, and active regularly, people are going to be hydrated. People are going to be getting their protein, all of the things. So we really need to shift from, we launched, we love it. How is this going to now be incorporated in just what we have to offer and share with people? 11 years in, July was one of our biggest months. I had 15 new level ones that came in new with the reset, and I don't even know, probably 80 level ones on between my 3 positions who all did the reset in July. It's just been absolutely incredible. We grew by almost 300 points and lots of people hitting lots of goals utilizing the reset. So that's what I have for you, Jennifer. If you have any thoughts or comments or questions or anything, I didn't keep up with the chat at all.
I love it when you feel passion. Between you and Lisa, I feel like I just went to church. You guys, one of the things we've been studying this month with the Slight Edge, and it's such an encouragement, is that you only have to do 1% better. And if that's the case, can you think of a better tool that allows you to do 1% better? And I was thinking about this. They could have just put all these products in here and not told you the way to take them. They could have just left it up to you. But because they gave you the order, they actually created in you a slight edge, because now you're on the success curve. When you wake up, you drink your hydrate. You're on the success curve when you have the lean whey. I got a message from a gal today that said, I didn't even think I like shakes, but I actually really like this. And I could see myself drinking it in the future. How many of you have seen people share, I think I'm going to stop having coffee right away. I'm going to have the hydrate first, and then I'm going to have my coffee. We're creating simple daily disciplines that will serve people over the long run. So I would encourage you to introduce this idea of the Slight Edge to anyone that orders this from you. Say, look, this is just the beginning of growing 1% on a success curve towards your weight loss. I had a gal, she is so fit, but her digestion is a mess. That's why she wanted to do the reset. I have another gal, her son's getting married. She wants to be ready. She wants to feel good and confident. I saw another diamond. She just had a baby. She said, I'm doing the reset because I want to lose the baby weight. This appeals to everyone on so many different levels, but take the mindset behind it, just what Sara shared. And I did put the link to that power hour from this morning where she shows us her pantsuit dreams. I want you guys to be able to grow your business. When we first started this Zoom, I said, will you put in here if you've done the reset and what your results were? I'm going to copy and paste all of those results and I'm going to put them on my team page. And the reason I'm going to do that is because Plexus helps people so much, but we haven't had these kind of quantifiable results in a while. And for people to be able to say, I lost this and then I continued to lose, or I'm continuing to have results. I mean, I didn't even know you had 30 pounds to lose, Sara, but I keep complaining. I'm like, can you stop showing off those shoulders every 5 minutes? I'm like, they're amazing. So tonight, our 10-10-10 was getting behind the mindset and the reset, hearing a testimony of compounding effects with the reset, and then looking at the inspiration of someone growing from 700 points to emerald in a month's time by being intentional and reaching out about the hashtag orange box. This is a big deal for your businesses. So thank you guys for hopping on tonight. Thank you, Sara. You're amazing. And it was good to see you, Lisa. And I will post it on the team page. Good night, everybody.